We all get by with a little help from our friends. This episode of Horrible Writing. Hey everybody, I'm Paul Sading. I am your host of Horrible Writing. This episode is all about those wonderful people, advanced reader copies, or advanced copy readers. I always screw it up. There's a lot in life I screw up, which is a masterful segue into the topic, and I did not plan it. Those of you watching the YouTube version of it could probably see that transformation as the light bulb moment happened. Oh man, how are you all doing? I hope you're doing wonderful. I really do. I hope everybody is having a great time writing and creating. Whatever you are out there creating and writing, I hope you're enjoying it. Now, today is the 10th of June. You know what that means? It means it is that day. It's one of the last episodes before I disappear for a couple week hiatus because I just need a break. I need a mental health break. And actually, for the first time in my daughter's life, we're actually taking her to Europe. So she's going to see England and Germany. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't want to have to manage social media while I'm gone. And I don't want to feel like I have to respond to things, or I have to make that decision to respond to things or not while I'm gone. I just want to decompress and spend time with my family. So we are going to take a few weeks off this summer so I can go do that. We do have a couple more episodes coming before I go. No, today is June 10th, and today is the official release of my first ever novel, Chasing the Demon. Woo! So, it's a thriller. It's about a dude in the Pacific Northwest, my region of the world, who had a haunting, harrowing experience as a young man, young boy, and it has determined the course of his life, and now things are falling apart as a price of his passion. I encourage everybody to go check it out, as long as you don't screw up my also bots. I kid. I kid. I hope everybody does. It's not perfect. I feel a lot of the things I wrote after this book, after this novel, are a lot stronger. I have an audio drama coming up. Chasing the Demon is an adaptation of my first season of Subject Found. So you can go listen to the whole thing for free. Well, at least the audio drama version of it. Instead of spending the 99 cents to help a fellow author out. But I feel I got stronger. I've gotten stronger. My writing has strengthened since then. With Who Killed Julie is a new audio drama that'll be coming out later this year. And I'm listening to the produced episodes of that, and it's I really love it. I got really lucky with the people I worked with on this, and hopefully it will be enough of a success that we can do the next series, and I can actually work with those folks and maybe even compensate them. Hopefully, it'll be that big of a success that we can do that. But also, I've written a 12-story anthology for the holidays. It's a horror anthology called 12 Deaths of Christmas, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really wicked experience, and I feel that writing is stronger than Chasing the Demon. And I think all of us go with that. The more we write, no matter how much we write, the more we write, we feel our writing is stronger, and it should. We're learning stuff every time we do this. I have a sometimes unrealistic expectation of myself, and I can be horrible to myself when I don't meet those. I felt good writing Chasing the Demon. I felt good when it came back from the editor. There were things that needed to be fixed. The epiphany moment for me was when I was writing Rip, which is going to be a novel adaptation of the second season of Subject Found. I wrote that back in the fall of 2017. I haven't even started, as of recording, so May 2018, I have not even started editing that because I've got so many other things I'm doing. But writing that, to have that juxtaposition of those two distinct stories from two distinct seasons from the same show, so close to each other, in writing Rip, I already saw what I did wrong in chasing the demon. And I grew and I learned from my mistakes. But the title of this episode is Arcs to the Rescue because those advanced copy readers really were. I went through a professional editor. Made a lot of, changes, and then I went through the book again. But I have seen that book so many times that I'm completely, utterly just numb to the story. And it was evident in the ACR feedback. I'm fortunate in that I have a respectable following from my audio dramas. So I have an advantage over a lot of new writers, my peers, who don't have an audience at all, except for maybe some people who read their blogs. But I've been podcasting for a number of years, so I have built up, cultivated relationships with people who, when I needed them, they came through for me, and they were just amazing. They quick turned that, and it was just mind-boggling how fast they did. But one of the things that I learned was I don't mind criticism of stories. I need it. I don't need anybody to tell me how good a story is and, oh, hey, you misspelled a couple things. And that's not a problem. The editor wasn't a problem. For me, it was sending those ACRs out and getting the feedback. I expected there to be misspellings, a name screw up, typo. As I'm working the edits, I fat finger something and, said they instead of the, whatever it may be. But, and realizing that this is subjective, the amount of catches that the ACR readers had for me was humbling. It really was. There were some people who have stylistic differences, and that's okay. That doesn't bother me. I can thank you for your time, and, we'll just agree to disagree. But there were things that I should have caught. Calling flora fauna. I just, words that weren't there that should have been there. Leaving a stray W. Who leaves a stray W in a sentence? And this was something that I already have on Amazon, not live, which is an advantage of pre-orders, which I'm going to talk about in a future episode. But it's at least placeholding out there, and I'm, digitally and for the print version. But this is something I felt was very close to being ready. And then getting that ACR feedback, I realized I need to step up next time around. I need to do a better job after the professional editing with those ACRs. Like, get the professional editing done, get that thing primed and ready for ACRs, for those readers, and then give them the time to go through it, and then when they're done, come back with a pre-order. I'm always going to do a pre-order, I think. We will see how this fleshes out in Amazon. I don't know how it will impact sales. As a nobody with no readership and no books to my name as of the date of this recording, the pre-sales for Chasing the Demon are fine. They're consistent. They're very small, but it's almost every single day of the week I'm selling a book or a couple of books. And they're pre-orders, so the way I understand it, that might not necessarily behoove me. But if this is an indication of what I can expect, I will take that. But at the same time, I need to do right by the ACRs in the future. The neat thing is they saved me. None of them complained. Um, None of them. There are a few people who did not come through like they said they would. Now seeing the feedback that I did get, I can't really fault them. I'm not happy with myself. Those of you watching the video feed may have just seen that in my face. I expect professionalism out of people I work with, even if it's a passion project. But trust me, I expect that out of other people because I have higher standards for myself. So this past week of working through those ACRs has not been a fun week for me. I've learned to temper it, to punch through, and just grow. I'm moving on. I did my last ACR edit this morning, in fact, and I'm moving on. I've learned I'm not Hemingway. I'm not Stephen King. I'm not even people who write 50 books of something or another. I am me, and I'm going to learn, and I'm not stopping because this is it, right? This is the dream that I've been wanting to do for many years before I started the show. But in this exploration with you as I go through it, that was the whole idea behind this show. And then, the interview series is just one killer benefit of this, being able to talk to the wonderful people I've been able to talk to. So you're seeing this stuff at, as live as we can do it in this format and going through it in my effort to help you not repeat what I have done and what I do. So look at your timeline, plan out your year, your 2 years, your 5 years. Look at your production schedule. Think about pre-orders or not. But even then, make sure that you're giving yourself a fair shake, that you're not rushing things, that you're not so busy on this, on all the things coming, that you're not focusing on this. These are all things that I could have done better, and I will do better in the future. The neat thing is that these wonderful readers saved me. There's, a ton of them to thank. Like literally, Elsa gave me she is an accountant by trade, and she works with spreadsheets all day, and to help herself, give me feedback and catch mistakes, developed a spreadsheet, and I asked her, can I use that going forward in the future now for other books with other readers? And she was, of course, a wonderful soul who said yes. So there's benefits. Do it. There's so many benefits to this. Get those other eyeballs on this. You're still going to get those reviews, those type of reviewers who just want to crap on somebody else's creation. I expect that. I know, without being able to ever prove it, I know that I'll have less critical feedback because ACRs saved me. They came to the rescue. So thank you. If you are an advanced copy reader to anybody, thank you for doing that to them, for helping them make it better than it was before. But especially to those of you who helped me, you saved me 1,000 times over. And it really means a lot. And hopefully I don't scare them away when I need advanced readers for 12 Deaths of Christmas. We'll see. So think about that. Look at your timeline. Look at when you hope to publish and what you hope to achieve. Consider that advanced reader schedule and what you want out of them, because they may surprise you with how much they're able to pick up on and how wonderfully they do it and how seriously they take it. Until that next episode, I would like to ask you, of course, as always, leave a rating and review for the show. If you're an author and you want to be interviewed, if you're a poet, a screenwriter, an audio dramatist, and you want to be interviewed, head over to paulsading.com, click on the contact tab, reach out to me, and let's have a conversation. Pitch me a theme already. That would behoove you, and that way I don't have to go back and forth, and maybe take too long to get to you. Something to do. If you do want to help me, patreon.com/Paul Sading. You get all my audio dramas, and depending on your donation level, you might get an exclusive audio drama as well. Monthly stories and things like that, even outside of my audio drama season. Now, the next episode is going to be a really cool one. I'm going to interview Paul Bay of the Black Tapes and Big Loop podcasts. Both of them. Black Tapes, the Big Loop. A great horror writer, a really great guy. It was a great conversation. We're going to talk about building empathy. Very, very relevant topic in this day and age, wouldn't you say? I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you tune in for the next episode for that. And until then, keep being epic. This has been Horrible Writing, and hopefully after this episode, you suck less than you did at the beginning. I am Paul Sading, your host extraordinaire. You can find me over on the Twitterverse at Writing Horrible and over at paulsading.com/horrible-writing. Until next time, suck less.